What is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs? You're listening to another special episode, pro wrestling episode of the Hardcore Geek Podcast. We're right here. We are Hardcore Geek Wrestling. And as always, I'm your host, Ryan, a.k.a. Mr. Showtime. And I'm here to talk to you, the wrestling fans, about what else the wacky world of professional wrestling. And guys, we're just about 2.5 weeks away from WrestleMania 33. We got a lot going on with that. There's been a lot going on in the world of pro wrestling. See, I can't even talk. There's so much going on. We've got stuff from new champions being crowned. We got people's nudes being leaked. We got a whole bunch of shit going on. But guys, before we get into anything, I do want to thank everybody for all your listens, your downloads, your subscriptions. As always, you can check us out at hardcoregeekcast.com. That's our main website. You're going to check out our main show, the Hardcore Geek Podcast, and all of our special wrestling episodes leading up to WrestleMania 33, also known as Hardcore Geek Wrestling. We're also on iTunes and on Podbean and pretty much anywhere else you can find your favorite pro wrestling or favorite podcast in general. Just type in the words Hardcore Geek and you'll see our shows on there. Also, guys, if you want to check us out on social media, we love to interact with you. On Twitter, we are available at Geek Wrestling for Hardcore Geek Wrestling or HC Geekcast for Hardcore Geekcast. We're all together on Facebook at Geek Podcast. I had to think about that for a minute there. So we're pretty much anywhere. We're on Instagram. If you want to send us some weird comments, I don't know. We don't do too much with the Instagram. I'm going to be very honest with you with that. And that's really it as far as the plugs go. You know what? That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. I do want to plug a couple things that are going to be coming up here. This Friday night, the 24th, if you're going to be in the Cleveland area, definitely want to go to Absolute Intense Wrestling's Gauntlet for the Gold. It's basically their version of the Royal Rumble. If you're familiar with AIW, then I don't really need to say anymore. Chances are you probably already got your ticket. You're counting down until Friday. The winner is going to be getting a championship match at Absolution, which is in turn AIW's version of WrestleMania. So we're going to be seeing a lot of cool matches there this Friday. Also, this Saturday, we're going to be there. We're going to be at Mega Championship Wrestling's Mo Money, Mo Problems. We're going to see the return of Ring of Honor Shane Taylor going one-on-one against our boy Big Mo. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. I'm messing up people's names. It's crazy. We're going to be seeing a scramble match for the Infinity title. We're going to be seeing Brandon X going one-on-one with the Suplex Shogun, Jackson Stone. If you guys are familiar with Cleveland, Northeast Ohio-based wrestling, you're going to know a lot of these guys that are on the show. I just named a few matches because there's so many to go by. Cool thing about Mega Championship Wrestling is they do a lot for it. It's family-friendly. It's good for everybody. You're going to see a lot of high-impact action. But on the flip side of the coin, it's a great place for the whole family. You can pretty much take everybody there. Go to MegaChampionshipWrestling.com. Go ahead and get your tickets. Get there early, get there ringside, have some fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then also go to AIWrestling.com, get your tickets for Gauntlet for the Gold. Now, speaking of independent wrestling, speaking of Mega Championship Wrestling, this past Saturday night, I had a chance to go to UXWA's Slamomania 2. We saw a lot of the members from both the AIW and the Mega Championship Wrestling, or I always call them Mega Wrestling's roster on the show. We saw some really good stuff. We got to see, we saw Kaplan, we saw Alex Daniels, we saw Big Mo, we saw Brian Carson, we saw the Duke, we saw pretty much, anybody, Dominic Guarini, Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham, we saw him there. I'm probably going to name everybody, so I'm going to just cut myself off right there. We saw Derek Direction. We saw everybody. We'll just keep it like that. But after the show, I had the opportunity. I was going to sit down with with Mega Championship Wrestling Mastermind Jeff Traxler. We wanted to talk about the ins and the outs of Mega Wrestling, how it came to be. We also wanted to talk about the big return of Shane Taylor for this Saturday night's main event. Well, it is the main event, Saturday night's main event, but it's Mo Money, Mo Problems. So in the middle of this interview, it really kind of it got off the rails really quick there. This is post-match, so people are bringing pieces of the set, pieces of the ring back, and pretty much everybody crashed the interview. So I do want to go to that now. That's this week's interview with Jeff Traxler and everybody else who was on the UXWA show. So here we go. What is going on, boys and girls? It is crazy right here in beautiful Brooklyn, Ohio. We're at UXWA Slam-O-Mania 2. We're backstage. Is this technically backstage? This is technically backstage. We got the new champ. We got Duke over in the corner. I got with me right now.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Duke. Have a good night. This interview is completely off the rails already, but it's cool. That's how we do things.
See you next Saturday.
With me, I have former guest of the show, the alumni, yes, Aggro Crack Assassin, Derek Direction. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic.
You're doing fantastic. How's your shoulder?
My shoulder hurts. Dom kind of ripped it out of socket, but he gave me a palm strike to the nose, and it has not stopped bleeding since.
That's what I've noticed ever since I started talking to you after. I'm like, what is in your face right now?
It's a paper towel.
Paper towel. The quicker, thicker, picker-upper.
Yeah, I got Jeff Traxler told me I remind him of Chris Cole because Chris Cole is, I guess, promptly known for bloody noses. Yeah. I don't know if it's giving them or having them.
Both.
Okay.
Both. Speaking of Jeff Traxler, the mastermind behind Mega Championship Wrestling. Wrestling mastermind.
So kind.
Judging by your shirt, I'm going to guess fellow comic book geek, right?
Absolutely.
How are you tonight?
Missing Wizard World tonight for this, so, you know.
Here's my thing. Okay, I really wanted to go to Comic-Con this weekend, but, you had... Yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend. Are you guys really going to try to go downtown during this?
No, not me.
Are we at that age where we're too old for that?
Yeah.
I don't think Derek drinks either. So
I don't drink either.
There,
so, my whole plan was my wife went out and partied with her girls. I went home, I got a pizza, I watched Leprechaun in the Hood.
Okay.
Well, it's St. Patrick's Day-ish, right?
It is. We kept along with it, right? Watched some Hornswoggle matches on the network. We're good.
Need a box of Lucky Charms?
Well, no, I'm cheap. I do Magic Stars.
Oh, okay. I hate this segue. We have another guest.
Oh, former alumni as well to the show.
Hey.
Brandon X. What's going on, bro?
What's going on? I'm drunk.
He's a little tipsy. It's all right. All right. Where the hell are we going with this interview? I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either.
It's just a random hodgepodge.
What happened?
Hodgepodge.
Me.
Oh, Derek Direction and Jeff. I got stories about those guys.
Oh, no.
I'm not allowed to drive with Derek in the car anymore because apparently I do 55 miles per hour around corners. It was actually 56, but who's counting?
Everybody needs to grab the oh shit handle when you go around.
You don't have one when you're sitting in the middle and the back. So you just sort of grab the
Doc just come back and asked me if I had a green card. Do you even have a green card?
You're getting right in the thick of things here, Ryan.
I am.
You're getting the full experience.
These are going to be a lot of
the curtain is pulled back. There's going to be a lot of angry veterans because we're exposing the business.
Jim Cornette's not going to like this interview.
Well, he probably will hate Derek anyway. So I mean,
Yeah. I'm big and I do flips.
Kaplan's coming up the stairs.
Speaking of
Cap,
flippy,
welcome back on the show. How are you?
How are you, buddy?
Good.
Still kicking.
Kaplan earlier, here's a story. This is in a segue. Kaplan came up to me earlier and he goes, "Hey, have you met Kevin?" And in my head, I'm like, who the hell is Kevin?
I don't know Kevin.
And then I walk outside and there's a raccoon in the dumpster. And Kaplan's like, "That's Kevin. He's the raccoon." And apparently I'll let Kaplan tell the story. He saved this raccoon.
Hey, he's my new friend, sometimes in life when you're feeling low, you need to make a new friend, So, obviously Big Mo's not my friend. So, I went outside to look for Kevin. He wasn't around either, so I don't know if Kevin's still my friend either. I think he's out, scrounging the woods still.
I was really wondering where Kevin is right now, but
he's probably getting late, honestly.
good.
Yeah.
He looked like it.
He did look like
He
it.
looked like he needed some.
He did.
Dear
He was really
God.
wet.
He's covered in rubbish and everything. It was pretty gross. You know, I set up a plank for that guy. He climbed right out. You know, it took him a while. He was all freaked out because everybody was all looking at him and stuff. But once he knew what was going on, he got out of there.
Yeah, he was appreciative, I think.
Yeah, hey, you only get one.
YOLO.
So you're kind of like the Hitch of like dumpster kitties, right?
Yeah, because and skunks too. Yeah, oh yeah.
People are bringing pieces of the ring, pieces of the set out. We were right in the thick of things. So Jeff, next week we got Mega Championship Wrestling. We got Mo Money, Mo Problems. We got Shane Taylor coming in. We got Big Mo in the main event. We got Brandon X on the show. Everybody's on the show.
I don't have a match graphic, so I don't know who I'm wrestling.
Ooh, mystery.
Dave the Tower's not on the show.
Oh boy. I mean, it's.
Why is he there? He's like one of the best.
Duke's coming in with a spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
So, I don't even remember this. My earliest memories of Mega Championship Wrestling, I used to live out in Elyria. And you guys remember when WWE used to have the blast areas, right?
Yes.
You guys would go to BW3s every pay-per-view. And I got some free merch off you guys because you guys would do the trivia all the time.
Yes.
So thank you for sending me to SmackDown.
Okay.
And for giving me the complete season of Pro Wrestling X.
XPW.
X, is that what it was? XPW? Yes.
Yep.
Duke is looking at us very grimly right now.
I want to see if Traxler will stand up and do this. He sits down and does everything. Stand up, Traxler.
Yeah.
Stand up on your dinosaur
Standing
feet.
up's overrated.
Jesus God.
I don't even stand up standing up.
Hey, when I get older, I want to be just like you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So next week,
On your way, Captain.
Yeah, I know. That's a true statement if I heard one.
Oh, look, we have another guest.
it's a former alumni. Dude was on the show like 2 days ago.
Welcome to the party, pal.
He's a little hurt. He's limping a little bit. He's all right.
If an arm can limp, it's doing that, let me tell you.
That's what he's doing.
My condolences.
Yeah, what are you going to do? It's what this business is made of, right?
So Jeff,
Good. He's good.
being in the business for as long as you have been,
Yes.
and seeing every form of in-ring competition. You got your strong style, you got your comedy matches, you got your lucha, you got your bra and panties, mud match.
They ever have an under the cover match?
Under the cover matches.
Yeah, there were a couple of the divas.
That's how my training went, actually, Crystal.
It's okay. We're explicit. We can say whatever we want.
Jizz.
We can't say jizz. Wasn't there a story behind that with you?
Kaplan invites me to all these parties on Facebook, and it's not like a party. What are they called?
Jizz Fest, baby. Dude, it's class, man. You guys don't even know.
I want to go to Jizz Fest,
Hey,
but
don't-
every time he invites me, I have a wrestling show.
Dude, if you're curious, man.
Why not bring Jizz Fest to the ring?
Bring Jizz Fest to the ring.
Yeah.
I want to slip and fall during the match. No, it's fun, man. My parents even come. You know, it's a blast.
Everyone comes.
Everybody comes to
Imagine
Jizz Fest.
it's an experience having a beer with Kaplan's dad.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
funny.
only imagine how that is.
Oh no, it's funny. Like it's funny when they show up and all that. But like they don't get down and party like we all do still. But, like my mom says, she's like I haven't been to a party like that since the '70s. I just tell her to stay out of the basement.
So at this point, if anybody's tuning in for this interview for wrestling, then
Wrestling, I swear.
this is wrestling. It is wrestling.
It has something to do with it.
I was getting Summer with some kind of question, and then I don't know where
We
we
all came to Jizz Fest once. We had a shoot match there.
Whoa. Okay. Please tell us about the shoot match with Weird World.
What I remember, I mean, it's not too much. I was pretty wasted, but like, Weird World shows up and they're partying with us. We're having a good time getting down. Next thing you know, we're brawling on the back deck. We're falling in the table with cakes and stuff. There's a mess everywhere. I think I gave Weird Body like a good 10 centons that night, and then I think I did like a flip off a chair, a flipping senton off a chair. I don't remember any of it.
I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. All right, Jeff.
Hey, remember Ryan when you were going to interview me? Remember when
we're
you
all
asked
here.
about doing that?
You still here?
I was supposed to come out to the training
He's
facility.
going to actually drop his title. Oh, no, he won't.
Oh man, I don't know what that is, but I'm not gonna edit it out though. It's gonna live in there for the annals of time.
Xavier hates David Tower.
You see the annals of time?
Thanks for running in our building, asshole.
This is awkwardly happening over me. I feel like I'm like in the middle
Oh,
of
it's okay, because he's not going to understand pure English.
Oh, all right, now we're getting crazy.
Hey, listen, I'm Hispanic. I can say racist
That's
stuff.
true. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Me and Kaplan have no clue what's happening right now.
I know. I don't have any
Start
clue.
on that, then it's never going to end. You're going to have to turn the podcast off.
The podcast never goes off.
All the time.
It's just gonna happen.
So, segueing back to where I think we were, next Saturday is Mega Championship Wrestling and Mega Wrestling's Mo Money, Mo Problems. Take it away, Jeff.
There we go. All right. Yeah, that's what's happening. Shane Taylor's coming back from Ring of Honor. We haven't seen him for about almost 4 years. So it'll be his return to Elyria, return to Cleveland. So I'm pretty excited for that because he's doing really well for himself, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have like a sense of pride when you see guys that you've worked with, guys that you've had come in and work for you.
Guys that lived in Wrestle House Elyria, guys that lived in my house.
Wrestle House Elyria.
Interesting, yeah. Shane Taylor, one of the ones.
We're all going to be able to see him. You guys go to MegaChampionshipWrestling.com, get your tickets. Like, seriously, get them now. I mean, it's the thing I like about you guys. It's fun. You guys also do a lot for the kids. And on a serious note, yeah, you guys do a lot. The Monster Bash, you guys do the costume contest every year for the holidays. You guys have the gift baskets and all that. So not only are you going to be able to go there, you want to see some violence, you want to see some people get thrown through a table, whatnot. You're going to get that.
On the show, so buy some tickets.
Brian Carson's on the show. That just sold like 12 tickets right there.
Hey, we have more than anyone else sold.
I'll be there for the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Kev, there will be hot dogs.
Grill them,
That's right.
I'm here for the handshakes.
Grilled.
Handshakes and hot dogs.
Yeah.
Can that be a match? Like a handshakes and hot dogs match?
That's going to be a show. That's going to be a show name.
That's like a stipulation for me. I feel like I'm going to get like a message from Jeff. And it's going to be Jeff, and he's going to be like, hey, you interested in this match? I have an idea. It's handshakes and hot dogs. but we're gonna put Legos somewhere involved in this.
Didn't you get like a Lego up your ass the first time that we had an interview? Like you got
That was on his own. That wasn't in a match.
it wasn't it? Okay. I remember you were a little injured after that match. It happens. It comes with the territory, right?
I'd say so.
So can you for anybody who's like a run-to-the-mill wrestling fan, maybe new to professional wrestling, they live in the area, they want to come to Mega. Can you tell them a little bit how Mega came to be?
Pretty much. I actually just told this story earlier today, which is kind of funny. I wanted to be a wrestler. I did not know how to become a wrestler. This is almost 20 years ago. And I couldn't find anywhere to go to a wrestling school. So I went about it the total wrong way and decided I was going to run my own wrestling show. In which I proceeded to draw 31 people and lose about $6,000. So that was how I started. So kids, if you want to start a wrestling promotion, don't do what I did. Actually don't start a wrestling promotion because it's 2017 and it's really hard to be profitable in 2017. So a little more pull back the curtain there, making everybody mad. We're not making millions of dollars, So...
Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, and as a fan myself, I follow a lot of wrestling. I follow a lot of wrestling around the Cleveland area. I will get requests and I will get notifications of promotions that I've never heard of that have characters that, probably belong in, the Marvel universe, maybe not in the ring. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But, I think it's when you're talking about being a little bit difficult, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never done this. But if it's trying to create your own promotion, create your own federation, whatever you want to call it, with so many people trying to do it, it's got to oversaturate. And for you guys to be around as long as you have, and for some of the other promotions to be around as long as they have, you guys have had to do something unique. you bring people in, and really you got good talent and good matches. And that's not kissing anybody's ass, because I know everybody can kick my ass.
I don't have any free tickets.
Well, there you go. Well, then this interview is over.
God damn.
I don't even know where to go from here. This is completely off the rails, but it's fun. You guys are all here. We're all here.
It's a party, pal.
It is a party, but it's late. Anything else we want to plug before tomorrow night? Or tomorrow? Not tomorrow night.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
You know what? I'll do the plug run here for you. March 25th, Mo Money, Mo Problems at St. John's in Elyria for Mega Wrestling. Going on the road, April 7th will debut in North Manchester, Indiana at Manchester University for Spartan Slam. Their student body activities committee is putting that on. That is a free event if you want to come out to that. Following that up, we'll be in Sandusky on April 22nd for the Hookah Connections Customer Appreciation Day. That is absolutely free. There's going to be food, there's going to be a DJ, there's going to be live bands. They're going to do live glass blowing demos. We're going to have live wrestling. So there's going to be all kinds of craziness there. And then you were talking earlier about things we do for the kids and things we do for charity. May 20th, we'll be back in Elyria at St. John's for Breaking Down Barrier 7, which benefits Friends of Murray Ridge. And Murray Ridge is a group in Lorain County that helps adults and kids with developmental disabilities. They have a school, they have workshops, they have group homes, they have activities, and it's always a blast there. It's always a packed house, and that raises money for them. So we got a full schedule going from now until going into the summer, and new T-shirts on the way, new merchandise on the way. Check that out. Buy all that stuff. Help us keep running.
I'm getting the Mega Man shirt. I think sweet.
I was gonna plug that.
Yeah, the Mega Man style Mega Wrestling shirt is the new one, which we said nerd. Yeah. Kaplan's a nerd undercover.
Yeah,
he's an animal lover, but
Poor Kevin.
check that out. But I know you got stuff to talk about too.
I got a whole bunch of stuff to plug. I have some shows coming up. But first and foremost, I want to plug Stay Tough Clothing. They are big sponsors and supporters of Mega Wrestling and myself.
Yes, absolutely.
They just launched a site, and they are releasing an exclusive Derek Direction Lego T-shirt, which is going to be cool. If you check the site, give them some hits. I don't know what it is offhand. I think it's at Stay letter X Tough is their Twitter handle. If not, I could be wrong, so I apologize.
Nothing else, they're on Facebook. Stay Tough, TUFF.
Yeah. And then I have a pro wrestling tee store. Just look up Derek Direction. I have a lot of cool shirts. We've already went over this last time on the podcast.
But hey.
And like Jeff said, all the shows. Predominantly, I'll be on all the Mega shows because as much as Jeff doesn't want to admit it, I am like one of his little illegitimate kids. Between him and Chris Cole and Ricky Page, that's where I'm at or why I'm here. So
Illegitimately.
Yeah, something like that. Little bastard kids I am. And I have a funny story about Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor used to come to training when I was there, and I love Shane Taylor to death, but he taught me how to throw strikes, and his strikes are by far the worst because his arms are so massive. So the only thing I can compare him to is like getting hit in the face with a frying pan because his arms are so big. So I would always get hit with him, and then I would always try to pass him off onto Mo. And then Mo would always beat up Shane Taylor. And Shane Taylor would beat up Mo. So I'm really excited to watch them beat up each other Saturday.
It's like old times.
Yeah.
All right. Kaplan, do you have anything you want to plug today?
I got one. AIW Gauntlet for the Gold. It's next Friday, March 24th.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have a lot of good talent there. Should be a fun time. We're going to have our little rumble. It's going to be crazy. And I know I'm excited.
On April 8th, they have a show at, is it Tequila Jack's?
Yeah, I won't be there for that. See, I got a new job, so I'm going to be traveling. And then Gauntlet's going to be my last show for a little while. I'm going to take a little hiatus, but I'll be back and forth.
He's going on a scavenger hunt with Kevin.
Yeah. I'm going to go. I'm on a hunt for Kevin. I'm going to find him, and then we're going to travel together.
That raccoon is gone. Leave it alone.
Hey, no need to get racist.
You've already tried adopting raccoons before. It's never worked out well for you, all right?
It's poor. It's cold and it's raining.
Oh, man.
Poor Kevin.
Where's your title?
Oh, no.
It's starting to break down.
So any listeners that are still there.
He's going on stage.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Heat stroke, so.
I won't-
Wow.
well, I want to thank everybody who randomly came on this interview today. Jeff, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Kaplan, Derek, everybody. Again, guys, go ahead and check out Mega Wrestling next week. More money, more problems. Go to MegaChampionshipWrestling.com. Get your tickets now. Hit them up on Pro Wrestling Tees as well. Get yourself some kick-ass T-shirts. We'll put a link on the website. That's HC Geekcast. And we will see you next week. Later. All right. Big thanks to everybody that came on the interview. Big thanks to Jeff Traxler, Derek Direction Kaplan, Brandon X, Duke, Brian Carson. We had non-audible appearances from Big Mo and Alex Daniels. So yeah, that was probably... I'm going to be very honest, probably one of the most fun interviews I've had. Went completely off the rails, but that's okay. That's how we roll. That's what we do. And again, guys, if you're going to be in the Cleveland area this week, there's a lot of great pro wrestling action on Friday night. You're going to want to check out Absolute Intense Wrestling's Gauntlet for the Gold. If you're a Royal Rumble fan like myself, you definitely want to check that out. It's basically the Royal Rumble of Cleveland. We're going to see a lot of kick-ass names on that show. And of course, obviously, Battle Royal. I mean, how can you not love a Battle Royal, Royal Rumble style, right? Go to AIWrestling.com, go ahead and get your tickets. And then, of course, for Saturday night, Mega Championship Wrestling's Mo Money, Mo Problems. Go to MegaChampionshipWrestling.com, get your tickets, come to the show, have some fun, bring the family, and scream your head off and watch people get the crap kicked out of them, right? All right, so now that we got that interview done, kick-ass interview, I'm trying to really collect myself. I know there's a lot going on in the world of professional wrestling. I do want to touch on a couple different things that are going to be, it's just really been on a lot of people's minds, and that's really just because of, it's a little, one is controversial, one is ridiculous, and the other one is a little bizarre. So I kind of want to touch on these three things in our version of the news. All right, guys. So the first thing I really wanted to talk about was going to be these pictures and these videos that were leaked from WWE Superstar Paige. If you guys have seen them, if you heard of them, they are some private pictures, to say the least, and some private videos. We'll come right out and say it. It's a sex tape, all right? And it's with former WWE Superstar Brad Maddox. There's another individual in one of the other videos, kind of looks like Xavier Woods. We're not sure if that's the case. That's definitely a possibility. Paige has really come out and said, obviously these aren't fakes. They are what they are, okay? And, whether you like Paige or not, you gotta feel for her, because you got to understand that there has to be a sense of privacy, And, you just think about if it happened to you. If you had personal information, maybe it's not a picture or anything like that. Maybe it's, it's like your bank account or something like that got leaked or anything like that. Or anything that's private, that's only supposed to be for your eyes, maybe your eyes and your significant others. That it really does suck. There's been some other rumors that I guess there's some Summer Rae stuff that came out with Big E. I don't know how true that is. They both come out and said that's absolutely not the case. But the thing with Paige, that is unfortunate, just because it looks like she was going to be getting cleared coming soon. I don't know if she's going to be coming back to the WWE, or if there were plans for her to come back to the WWE. You got to understand that The Rock's company, $5 Productions, was doing a movie based on her life, starring, who else? Who do we have in here? I know they had Thea Trinidad in there. I cannot remember who was playing Paige, but it was definitely a movie that was going to be based on her family. I believe it was called Wrestling My Family. So it really, you kind of wonder if this is going to be, first of all, if they're going to continue the production on the movie. I don't think they wouldn't, just because I'm sure they've already put a lot of money into it already. And, it's kind of separate from the WWE, if you really think about it. Okay? With this coming out, it's almost, you can't play favorites, and we kind of had the whole thing with Hulk Hogan's that came out. Obviously, there were other circumstances with Hulk that caused him to be exiled from the WWE, but it really leads you to think that perhaps her, Paige's days in the WWE are numbered. Obviously, her fiance Alberto Del Rio, Alberto El Patron, is in TNA in the main event title picture. I believe she has been backstage in the Impact Zone the past few weeks. So that's definitely something, to keep in mind. I don't think that TNA is going to be as strict as WWE was. But, if she does end up being let go, do we see Paige coming up, making an appearance in Impact? Obviously, I don't think she owns the Paige name. So I don't. Maybe she'll just go as Brittany Knight. Speaking of the Knights, her mother, Saraya Knight, Saria. I'm probably saying it so wrong, but she's come out and said that just pretty much defending her daughter. It really sucks that this stuff had to happen. Again, you gotta feel for her. Whoever did the hacking. That just, it does suck, but, pictures are out there, they're real, and, what are you gonna do, right? Alright, so we're gonna move on to our next point, and that is, we have Jim Cornette, who's gonna be inducting the Rock and Roll Express into the WWE Hall of Fame 2 nights before WrestleMania at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This kind of comes as a bizarre shocker, just because Jim Cornette has been very, very vocal with the way that professional wrestling is nowadays. Especially, he's been really critical with the WWE and the new products. He's come out and trashed Kevin Owens, who was their main champion for a while. He doesn't like the at least his perception and how he's been put out there. Is that Jim Cornette's really not a big fan of the independent style and the high flying flips and whatnot. You talk about like the whole Will Ospreay and Ricochet thing. I definitely wasn't a fan of that. So it's really bizarre to see Jim Cornette going to be making, which is probably just going to be a one night return to the WWE, but it's a return nonetheless. But regardless, you know what? The Rock and Roll Express, they deserve to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. They're a legendary tag team. If you don't know who they are, go on the network. Go to watch them in Mid-South. You got to watch the Skywalkers match. That's from Starrcade. I can't remember what year it was, but it's literally called Night of the Skywalkers. It's a scaffold match between the Rock and Roll Express and the Legion of Doom. It's an amazing match, a match where Jim Cornette actually falls from the scaffold. I believe he blew out both of his knees. Took a real long fall. If anybody remembers the history on this, Big Boss Man was actually in the match. He was I think he was just like ringside, bodyguard, and he was supposed to catch Jim Cornette, and unfortunately he completely missed his spot. Jim Cornette fell, blew out both his knees, so that's definitely a spot that us old school wrestling fans, we really do remember that. So, hey, Jim Cornette back in the WWE for one night only. That's definitely something there. All right, another piece of news here. I want to say congratulations to Johnny Mundo, a.k.a. John Morrison, a.k.a. Johnny Nitro from his WWE days. If you're not familiar with what he's doing now, check out Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground is now it's available on Netflix. He's been kicking some ass there. He's actually the Lucha Underground champion. He this past weekend he won the AAA heavyweight championship. To become a triple champion. Really cool to see a guy who had so much potential when he was in the WWE. Being able to succeed outside of the mainstream. I do consider Lucha Underground, definitely a viable alternative, to the WWE. But, obviously it's not, it's a completely different product. But John Morrison, Johnny Mundo, pretty awesome to see him succeeding in this wacky world of professional wrestling. And finally, which is, I want to end this episode on a high note. If you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't heard of it yet, you've probably been living under a rock. You gotta go to WWE's YouTube page. You gotta check out Southpaw Regional Wrestling. This is a 4 or 5 episode parody of basically the old 1980s Mid-South, old Southern, just low-key wrestling. The episodes are only like 5 or 6 minutes long. It's not really long at all, to be honest with you. I don't know where this came from. This came absolutely out of nowhere. But I remember seeing like a quick teaser video of it. I really didn't know what it was. And when it came out on, I believe it was Thursday or Friday, I watched these things over and over and over again. And it's got the cast, consisting of John Cena playing. Let's see, we have Chip Henderson. No, that's not Chip Henderson. Hold on, let me see who we got here. Everybody's playing a new role. So John Cena is Lance Catamaran, basically a cross between Lance Russell and Gordon Soley. We have a backstage interviewer played by Chris Jericho by the name of Clint Bobsky. We have Chet Chatterfield, which is the drunk co-host with John Cena, played by Fandango. We have, who in my opinion is the star of the show, Luke Gallows, reprising his role of Sex Ferguson with just a little twist, playing Tex Ferguson. If you haven't seen any of his stuff as Sex Ferguson, you've literally have been missing comedy gold. So we have Tex Ferguson and his arch rival, Chad Too Bad with 2 D's, by the way, so he's bad, being played by none other than Machine Gun Carl Anderson. We got cameos from Rusev and Lana, Heath Slater, Ric Flair. We've also got cameos from Cesaro and Tyler Breeze. If you don't have time to watch this, you absolutely have to. It's meant to be completely ridiculous. It's meant to just be a complete parody of, like I said, the old 1980s Southern low budget wrestling. They shoot it like this. The kicker is, they're counting down to their big event, which is Lethal Leap Year at the local armory. So you gotta check it out. It's literally the best thing going today, in my opinion. I really, really hope that they're gonna be making more of these videos. It's taken off like no one's business, and I keep checking WWE Shop every single day so I can find myself a Southpaw Regional Wrestling t-shirt. I totally have to get one of those. Guys, definitely go to WWE's YouTube page, type in Southpaw Regional Wrestling, watch the first episode all the way to the end. It's great. It's right up. I'm gonna say it's right up there with the Netflix Marvel series, right up there with Stranger Things, and everything else. That's just my opinion. And that's really it for the news. And then that's gonna be really it for the show here. And I want to thank you guys thank all of you for listening to this crazy-ass episode of Hardcore Geek Wrestling. And, we're going to be back next week. Obviously, we're going to be getting ready for WrestleMania 33, okay? It's going to be emanating from which was not the Citrus Bowl. Cannot remember. They changed the name of it. It's Orlando, Florida. Let's just say Orlando, Florida. Obviously, tonight is Monday Night Raw. We're going to be getting into that really quickly here. That's why I'm trying to kind of wrap up before we can, want to be able to get settled, get ready to do some live tweeting during Raw. Hopefully, we're going to be getting the return of Finn Balor. He has made some returns, and he's been doing some weekend indie shows. He actually did a weekend show going one-on-one with the vascular one, Jinder Mahal. And I'm really hoping that he's going to return tonight. They are going to be in the Barclays Center where Finn Balor won the Universal title, where he actually got injured. So that would be kind of a cool place to do a return if you're going to do it. And especially if he's going to be on WrestleMania, you got to get him in some kind of program. You only got about 2.5 weeks till WrestleMania. So if you're going to do something with Finn Balor, you got to do it tonight. Guys, as always, you can check us out at hardcoregeekcast.com. If you want to check out our past episodes, you want to go to iTunes, you want to go to Spreaker right here. You want to also go to pretty much anywhere else you can find your favorite pro wrestling podcast. Type in the words Hardcore Geek, you're going to find the Hardcore Geek podcast, you're going to find Hardcore Geek Wrestling, you're going to find all this kick-ass cool stuff, right? I want to thank you guys for all your support. And we'll be back this Wednesday night for the Hardcore Geek Podcast. We're going to be going live. We're going to be doing some video with it, too. So you're going to see all of our ugly faces. So for myself, for everybody at Hardcore Geek, and for all the pro wrestling fans across the world, I want to say thank you for listening. We will see you next week. Good night, and so long.